Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to lecture 3. And in last two lecture, you remember we talked about research ethics. And in last lecture, I hope you can recall, we had discussed few examples where we need to decide what is right, what is wrong. And I don't know, it depends person to person, individual to individual. It may be based on their grooming, it is based on their environment, their culture, their family, which really help them to decide that okay, if they perform like this, it would be right. If they perform like this would be wrong. So but what we need to do, we need to see the overall outcome, overall utility of our act, and on the basis of that we decide that this was right and this was wrong. I hope you remember we discussed last time a case of Parker, Mr. Park Raymond Parker, who was killed by three people, and these three people killed him because they wanted to drink his blood and wanted to eat his flesh, because there was nothing for last 15 days, and they wanted to survive. So we discussed about that. Was it a right kind of act? Was it ethically right, or was it ethically wrong? And on what basis we say that this is right, this is wrong? Because there may be few people, they can prove it that that was right, but a lot of people, they also can prove it that this act was wrong. So here, whosoever, they have seen this kind of philosophy, this kind of act, and they have proved this was wrong. On the other hand, those who have researched over a period of time and have proved that this was right, so over the period of time we call it philosophy. So whenever we see philosophy, we see towards western world, and in western world you will see lot of philosopher. And when we talk about India, you can think philosopher, especially we look towards Chanakya. So we'll talk about philosophy today, and believe me, philosophy gonna be a very very important subject. And why we are studying philosophy and ethics in research? Because our ultimate goal of doing PhD or a research is to become a philosopher. And once you become a philosopher, you will have wisdom, and ultimately our goal would be to achieve that position where we'll have wisdom. So here you can see what we're gonna discuss today. First, very very important thing, what is philosophy, history of philosophy. Second thing we're gonna discuss, and a definition of philosophy. And last but not the least, branches of philosophy, right? So here, see what is philosophy. Here you can see this right side picture. A lot of things are there, a lot of things. It is reflecting on art, it is reflecting on rules and regulation, it is reflecting on environment, it is reflecting on concept of time, it is reflecting on culture also over the period of time, how culture got evolved, right? So what is philosophy out of this, if someone want to understand or want to study? So philosophy is not a particular one dimension concept which everybody say like this is philosophy. No, 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 it's not like that. Philosophy is a multi dimension construct. It has different dimension. You can define philosophy with different kind of dimensions. So here you see, we would like to understand with this discussion what is the philosophy and why philosophy. Because when you will be receiving your degree, MPhil or PhD, it would be a doctorate of philosophy in PhD terms and master of philosophy. So before we go further for research, what we need to understand, what is this philosophy? So here you can see the term philosophy comes from the Greek language, And do you know what is the meaning of this? Here we go. It consists of two words, philos. Philos means love, friendship, affection. And here you can see sophos, it means learn, scholar, or you can say Sophia, wisdom, knowledge. So it means philosophy means affection, love towards knowledge, love towards wisdom, love towards talent. So as a research scholar, as a researcher, our duty is that we all love wisdom, we all love knowledge, we all love talent. So philosophy is all about your own research topic. You need to fall in love with your topic. You need to fall in love with your research. And once you fall in love, you don't see anything when you're in love. So you need to love your topic, your research. Then what will happen? You will become knowledgeable person. You will have a wisdom. That is the ultimate goal, and you will be a philosopher. You will be talking about everything which is directly or indirectly related to that particular topic, right? So here, as I have mentioned, here you can see philosophy. Philo means love, Sophia means wisdom. So philosophy is the love of wisdom. So I believe everybody like to have. So here you can see philosophy is the love of wisdom, and this is the ultimate goal of a life. I believe that all of us will have wisdom finally. And why wisdom? Why philosophy? Because philosophy attempt to answer life big questions. All big questions, whatever comes in your mind, you will have some kind of understanding, you will have some kind of answer with that philosophy. And philosophy is about questioning. It's that why sun rise from this side, why it set this side, right? So this all question, I mean, you can have big questions in your mind, and you will have answer because you have philosophy. And philosophers, what they do, philosopher ask questions about what people believe, because it's on the basis of your belief. And then you realize that because you understand a culture, you understand their belief, and then you can tell that okay, this is the solution for this particular questions, and you will all have that is on the basis of a wisdom. And here you can see fifth point, philosophy is about examining ourselves and our belief, right? So here you can see everybody, we have discussed philosophy, and here's Florida State University has given definition also. The term philosophy means love of wisdom. In a broad sense, philosophy is an activity people undertake when they seek to understand fundamental truth about themselves, the world in which they live, and their relationship to the world and to each other. So here you can see, as an academic discipline, philosophy is much the same. Those who study philosophy are perpetually engaged in asking. If you are a philosopher or you are doing your research, what you need to do, you need to always in a asking question mode. You should remain asking question, answering, and the most important thing, whatever you do, whatever result you have, you need to argue for their answer to life most basic questions. Here you can see those who study philosophy are perpetually engaged in asking, answering, and arguing for their answer to life most basic questions. So you may have thousand of questions, hundred of questions, small, big, medium question, and for that you need to ask, you need to have answer, and the most important thing, you should have reasoning and argument, because you need to defend the answer, because you are a teacher. Student can ask any question from you and you need to give answer. But more than that, why this answer is like this, you need to develop a argument. So that is the beauty of philosophy. And here you can see philosophy is about asking questions. The only thing we require to be good philosopher is the faculty of wonder. So what we need to do, so here you can see the most important thing when you study philosophy, what is reality? Sachai kya hai? And very important, sometime it comes in our mind, what is the meaning of life? Life kya hai? Is truth relative? Is truth remain truth for all, or different people they understand the truth because they have their own interest? I think, therefore I am. Whatever I think, I feel I'm right. What is reality? What, why, and how? These all are different elements of philosophy. Now you can see why philosophy is important, especially for researcher and teachers. Now let us go a bit fast. What is philosophy? Sometimes this comes in our mind, who am I? मैं कौन हूँ? What is right? Is there a God? So many times, because we all are God-fearing people, where is God? Sometimes we complain, God, please help us because these things are so bad. Where are you? Are you really there? If you are, please help us. Is life a dream? That the whole thing, whatever is going on, is it a dream or it's a reality? What happens after death? These are the questions. I mean, this especially question of death or life, these are very common questions in our mind as a human being. What would be there after death? Hell or heaven? Will there be a life? Or after death, I will be nowhere? Is there a life on other worlds? Right? So these are, this is what, this is all about philosophy. What are the big questions? What are human beings? Where did we come from? Are we responsible for how we live? What happens after we die? Is there a God? Can we know the answer to such questions? Can we know anything at all? This is what, this is a philosophy. Before I go for history of philosophy, let me see what kind of questions you have, big questions you have in your mind, and you would like to see answer, you would like to seek answer, and then that will give you some kind of understanding that now you are happy with the answer. And on the basis of a research, because you are conducting a research, what kind of questions you have, research questions you have in your PhD, and is it really you are developing some answer, or on the basis of review of literature you are defending, you are giving argument, or you are looking for answers for different questions. Now here you can see you may have big questions, and it's your duty as a teacher, as a faculty, as a researcher to find out answer. Not only answer, when anyone asks this kind of questions, you need to give argument, you need to justify that why among all different answer to a particular question, this is a right justification, this is a right kind of answer, and that you will be able to give when you have studied philosophy and when you got a wisdom. And here you see history of philosophy. The study of philosophy involve not only forming one's own answer to such questions, but also seeking to understand the way in which people have answered such questions in the past. So that is the beauty of philosophy, that you have learned from review of literature that these may be the possible answer, but what you can do, because you all are a researcher, you can find out your unique solution to that particular question and then justify that this is the right answer. So a significant part of philosophy is its history. History is very important. You know what is the meaning of history? You can bifurcate history into two parts. This word history, his story. So that is the history. History is all about his story, that means his or her story in the past, that is history. So a significant part of philosophy is its history, a history of answer and argument about these very questions. In studying the history of philosophy, one explored the idea of such historical figures. So who these people are, those who are known as philosopher? So let us see that. The first name, very famous name, Plato, Locke, Marx, you know the Marx, Aristotle, Hume, Mills, and Indian philosopher you all are aware of, Chanakya. Right? Here we have some definition, because a lot of people, a lot of philosophers, they have given a definition to philosophy itself. So philosophy is the science of knowledge, Fichte has mentioned. Philosophy aims to the knowledge of eternal nature of things, Plato has mentioned. Philosophy is the science which investigate the nature of being as it is in itself. So it's according to Aristotle. Philosophy, like all other sciences, aim primarily at knowledge. So Russell has mentioned that it's about knowledge. Philosophy is a logical inquiry into nature of reality. Radhakrishnan. So Radhakrishnan has mentioned that philosophy is what? Philosophy is logical process to find out why this nature is like this. What is the reality of this nature? And then Cicero called it as the mother of all arts. Mother of all arts. So I was very keen to have one painting at my home. So I visited one shop and I asked for some painter. So they say we have one painting which we call what do you call in Bihar? There is a Madhubin, or there is some place.
Madhubani.
Madhubani. Thank you. Madhubani painting. So I was very keen. So I can't understand it, but it's so beautiful and it has got such kind of characters, such kind of things. I love that. So that is what, it's a art. It's a art, that this is the philosophy, the way you speak, the way you give definition, the way you develop the argument. So here Samuel Taylor defined philosophy as the science of sciences. And Huxley, what he said, men live in accordance with their philosophy of life. Indian culture, Indian philosophy. Western culture, Western philosophy. American culture, American philosophy. What is the American philosophy? When you do any business with them, what is first for me? Because I am first here in this earth. I am on the top. In India, what is philosophy? What is Indian philosophy? Indian philosophy is that I give you respect. I give respect to your religion. I give respect to your dignity. Now, same thing I see from your side. This is my first duty, to give you respect. Then I would like to observe the respect from you. Kabir Hume mentioned philosophy seeks to give knowledge of the whole. The whole means the whole world, everything, to seek knowledge about that. And here, Brightman's view, philosophy may be defined as the attempt to think truly about human experience as a whole and to make whole experience intangible. Right? And here, what we will do, we'll talk about the different areas of philosophy. So first things, which is very important ingredient of a philosophy, is metaphysics. Metaphysics itself is big thing. We'll talk about metaphysics, and metaphysics has been divided into different part. And then we'll talk about another way of philosophy. Another area of philosophy is epistemology, and the ethics and the logic. Logic, why this is so. Ethics means what is right, what is wrong. And then we'll talk about epistemology and metaphysics. And here you see there are other few more branches of philosophy. Here you can see idealism, realism, logic, epistemology, ethics, metaphysics, cosmology, theology, and aesthetics. So this all we're gonna discuss. So it's gonna be a fun, because we want to ask ourselves, what is the big question in my mind? I want to see the answer. From where I will get that answer? And why it's linked with the research you are conducting in your MPhil or PhD, that we all are looking for some answers to different questions in your research. Why this is happening, how this is happening, what are the way to find out the reality, why people behave in such a manner, why consumers they behave in a particular manner, and lot of different questions we answer in your research. So here you can see this was a unit, I mean the lecture 3, and here you can see the some suggestions. If you have a time, you can go through all these links. It will give you a more understanding about what we discussed today about philosophy. And not only this text, you can go through some video also. This video in Hindi also you can see here in English and Hindi, and it will give you some kind of understanding what is philosophy, what is nature and scope of philosophy, what are the branches, and what is the concept of philosophy. Right, everybody? So this was a lecture 3. So we'll continue. Just give me some time, just give me 1 minute.